So now, chance is no longer the cheapest. A vacuum is building down there, which Kenya can actually fill with proper policies. But you cannot do it if you've got mediocrity and the kind of rogues and thieves running our affairs. These thieves will take us nowhere. The cost of living, which Jim is talking about here, will not go down when these thieves are in charge. This cost of living will not go down. You see, today, people are suffering all over. If those who are saying that demonstrations by Azimio inaharibu biashara yetu, leo wanakuja wanasema baba yuko wapi? Na baba ako kimya. He's not talking. Because they say that demonstrations are destroying our businesses. No, their businesses are being destroyed not by demonstrations, but through taxation. Taxation. Sasa umbwa anakula watoto yake. Si umbwa anakula watoto yake. Sasa nasema ati mkuki kwa nguruwe, kwa binadamu ni chungu. So sisi we were here. Manake walisema wao ni wanajua vile watafanya. Ati hii deni ilichukuliwa mingi, all this time, all rubbish. Now they were saying that the cost of fuel. I showed Babu yesterday a gazette in the Tanzanian newspaper showing how they're reducing the cost of fuel, of petrol, of diesel, of paraffin. And they're saying that because of the war in the Middle East, Israel and Palestine, the cost of fuel has gone down. Here, Ms. Shirishiri is telling you, because of that war, the cost of fuel has gone up. Yet the source where Tanzania is buying is the same source where Kenya is also buying. Who is fooling who? So you see, the reason why the cost of fuel is up is very different. They killed what is called OTS, where there used to be an open tender system where all the oil companies will come and bid to supply the fuel. And when the tender has been opened, the cheapest is awarded and goes and brings it. They came up with what they're calling G2G, that themselves are now buying directly from Abu Dhabi and from Saudi Arabia. But they themselves are the ones who are making the commissions. That's why the cost of fuel is going up. That money is actually ending up in the pockets of the same people here. Umbwa inakula watoto yake.
Raila Amolo Odinga must maintain that stand and resist any attempt to closely associate with William Samoei Ruto's mess. The policy mess is beyond repair. Welcome to the Bold Podcast. And in this podcast, I will explain behind the scene the deep dive scheme to ensure that Raila Odinga salvages the image of President William Samoei Arap Ruto. Because things seems to be changing very fast, thick and thin. And even the fellows that jumped on William Ruto's side are now seeing the negative aspects. I want us to look at what Mtaani said in this tweet. Dear Ruto, take time to listen. Listen to Bishop Ole Sapit. Listen to your UDA MPs who said the ground was hostile. And listen to Kenyans who said that the State of the Nation address was underwhelming. It is not always right to be right. Ask God. William Ruto has failed to listen to anyone and is only taking instructions from a clique of advisors that have decided they will get their way at even if Kenyans are suffering. State House has a resident disease called intellectual incest. If the king is naked, no one will tell him. In the Bible, God used a donkey to speak to prophet. Now God has sent unionist Julius Malema to tell us the king is naked. The Catholic bishops today voiced their concern about the state of the nation in respect to the cost of living. And it is very clear the commoner is suffering. But William Samoei Ruto has declined to listen to anyone.
There seems to be a lack of sensitivity in the way the business persons and individuals are being harassed by the KRA officials in view of collecting more taxes. This has also affected people's morale and sense of hope in a better future.
Our people, our staff are there. We really appeal once more to government and NHIF to make sure this money is paid to our facilities, because it means life and death to many people in Kenya. It is as serious as that.
We are particularly concerned that the people who are affected most by this situation are those in lower income bracket, and especially the poor and the miserable. This has created an added suffering to the people already strained by recent COVID-19 pandemic and drought effects.
Where am I saying? In this podcast, my rider is clear. Raila Odinga must resist any attempt to associate with William Samoei Ruto mess. I want us to remember this. The bipartisan talks team is currently retreating to write the final report of that deliberation. And there is a clamor for Raila Odinga to sign an working agreement with Kenya Kwanza for what was agreed in that talks team to be actualized. And in that, there is that crafty working to craft a working relationship so that everything that goes to parliament, because there are legislative and administrative measures that have been proposed in that bipartisan talks, and the team are crafting a working relationship so that anything that has been agreed there, when it goes to the Senate and National Assembly, it will get its way. And Raila must agree that Ruto has failed to listen to anyone, and the only option is that he's trying to drag Raila. Because as things now happen, as now things go, Raila is the most popular politician at par with William Ruto and Uhuru Kenyatta. He cannot get Uhuru Kenyatta inside, and has crafted a strategy to drag Raila Odinga. And I want to remind Raila, Oscar Sudi is quiet while Rift Valley Wars is emerging. UDA leaders have declined to defend Kenya Kwanza. And they have confronted William Ruto in his face, telling him the ground is hostile, the cost of energy and the cost of living is making hustlers angry with Kenya Kwanza. And I want to use a very good example why Raila must keep off. During the recent King Charles visit, Raila Odinga was invited in the state bouquet by the King Charles itinerary. And he actually had the handshake with the King Charles. The next day, after Rigathi Gachagua arrived in the country, while they were in Mombasa, there was, and I think I detailed that analysis, an attempt by William Ruto handlers to ensure that Rigathi Gachagua do not meet with the King Charles. And William Ruto has also come out publicly to oppose his deputy and to try to portray a bad blood. This is a strategic a scheme that is being hatched to portray some animosity between the two, so that a narrative can be crafted that Raila Odinga is replacing Rigathi Gachagua. Someone believes that that is going to excite the nation, or that is going to excite Raila constituency. And I want to tell William Ruto, I think unless some people are short-sighted, it is something unthinkable, and it cannot sink that Raila is replacing Rigathi. There is no way. Rigathi's deputy, William Ruto's deputy is Rigathi Gachagua, and in 2027, he doesn't have an exit route, and he knows it. If Rigathi is not his deputy, he cannot get that presidency. I was in Nyeri, and I think someone told me, Kevin, if Rigathi is not Ruto's deputy, Ruto is gone home. And Ruto knows that. And to Raila Odinga, let the opposition office wait. If the creation of opposition office and that CDF restructure is what will create a working relationship with William Samoei Ruto, let it wait. Everyone has failed. Ruto has declined to listen to everyone. He should not portray as if listening to Raila Odinga. Do you even think, look at the tone, how Ruto changed the tone, praising bipartisan talks during the State of the Nation address?
There is no doubt that our nation has been confronted with immense pressure emanating from political misunderstandings sometimes and electoral disagreements. And it is because we have a robust democracy, which we are very proud of. Such pressure can disrupt lives and livelihoods and undermine our economy. Thankfully, Kenyans always find the moral strength and political imagination to reach across the political divide and engage in dialogue in the spirit of goodwill, fraternity, and commitment to the national interest and the welfare of the nation. It would be, honorable members, remiss of me not to mention the ongoing bipartisan process of national dialogue that has enabled our leaders to find common ground on many of the issues whose resolution will accelerate our transformation, deepen our democracy, and enhance national unity. Specifically, I thank the two co-chairs, my good brother, Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka, our former president, and the leader of majority in the House, Kimani Ichung'wah, for doing a wonderful job. Congratulations, gentlemen. I salute the courage and patriotism of my fellow leaders who have embraced national dialogue and engage and encourage all of us to keep up the noble work of bringing Kenyans together. There is so much to report about the progress we have made in serving the people of Kenya.
When you listen to that, do you even have a reason? Can it even cross your mind that the president spent some time attacking bipartisan talks as a power, as men just posturing for positions, that I just want some barwa bar. Barwa bar is nusumkate. Do you even think so? And so, what has been coming out of the current retreat is what is going to be the shape of the political discourse after the bipartisan talks. Because for the office of the opposition leader to be crafted, it has to go to parliament, it has to take a bipartisan approach. So, should there be a working relationship between Raila and Ruto? No, 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 no. Raila should not allow that to happen. And this is my reasons. Kindly subscribe to our channel. Click the notification bell and like our videos. Thank you very much for supporting our podcasts. These are my 4 reasons why Raila must not disassociate with William Ruto. Number one, Ruto regime is crumbling over betrayal of the social contract with Kenyans. The social contract that was well documented in series of economic charters, that was well documented in a colorful manifesto anchored on a bottom-up economic model, that contract has been betrayed. And it is very true, like what Malema said, that the president is doing opposite of what he promised. Because of that social contract is crumbling, it is very clear that William Ruto is seeking that bipartisan talks truce to salvage his image and let things fall into place, just like the same way Raila said there, and I think even I don't think it has come out very clearly in that clip, that it cannot be if at this time where those even around William Ruto, if the MPs have confronted him, never asked him this is wrong, but he seems to have maintained his stand, and the clamor for adding the taxes is not stopping, then Raila Odinga should not salvage the situation. No way. Wacha kaende, like the Meru, the embattled Meru governor says, kaende. Number two, Ruto is working by all means to detonate Kalonzo Musyoka. And I need to say something. When Kalonzo was picked as to lead the bipartisan talks team, Kalonzo was representing Azimio la Umoja. And the reason why I think Azimio picked Kalonzo is they wanted to show the level of their seriousness in those talks. And it was also a ploy to elevate the profile of Kalonzo Musyoka, so that if the talks will continue, then execution, if there's going to be processes after those talks, then the execution team will involve Kalonzo Musyoka. But immediately at some point, Raila is hinting that there is a likelihood of him not in the ballot. Then whether he supports Kalonzo Musyoka or not, Raila Odinga's constituency is most likely directly going to support Kalonzo Musyoka. And so, he knows very well that with the current state of affairs, things are not running well. And I may not be shocked, even still to the tail end of next year, things are still going to be worst. And he would want a situation where Azimio la Umoja does not activate its political machinery around Kalonzo Musyoka. And the reason why Raila should not disassociate with William Ruto is to ensure that Kalonzo's political mojo does not go down. I saw him yesterday at the State of the Nation address, and I insisted, Kalonzo, and I think I analyzed at one point, that Kalonzo needed to chart his own path. There should be no catch-22 that because Raila went to State House, I cannot. No, that should not be it. In fact, the person that should not be closest to Raila Odinga, to William Ruto, is Kalonzo Musyoka. Number three, Raila must embolden the Azimio camp to amplify anti-Kenya Kwanza messaging. Look at the vigor of the Babu Owino and the youth caucus around Raila Odinga that have been emboldened and are now calling press conferences telling off William Ruto. If Raila agrees on that arrangement, then clearly something is going to go at amiss. He's going to soften those Azimio brigades. Lastly, why this should not be there is there's no breakup between William Ruto and Rigathi Gachagua. William Ruto's strategy is clear. He wants to make things worse and worse, so that 1 year to general election, he will bring them down and bring some feel-good effect. And people now explain that, look here, I told you that things will just be good. And he knows what he's doing. Want to get people to the boiling point. Then at one point now start doing subsidies. You know that now we are able to do subsidies, start introducing kazi mtaani, we've stabilized the economy, launching some few roads here and there, and now making things look well. That is his strategy. A year to general election or two, not to 1 year, William Ruto will use state resources, all those money is gathered, to change the tide. And the gullible Kenyans will start looking at him as the Messiah. We are here. That is what is going to happen. And that is why Raila Odinga must ensure that he intensifies messaging on things are wrong. Whatever the bipartisan talks team are coming out with to create some co-signing, some signing opulence and event on working relationship between the two, no way. Raila must keep the headlines stamped. Thank you. I want to look at what you think about this. Welcome to the bold analysis, ladies and gentlemen. This is the northern part of the coastal northern coast, and I am live at the Uzuri Coastal Apartment. I want to show you a B&B. I know this is now a holiday season, and most of us are coming in the country. You also want to spend some time in the coastal area, and of course, this is the best place. It is very convenient, and I want to show you so that we do a house tour. You know what exactly is inside and how it looks like, so that you can really be in a position to make a good decision. It is a very good partnership between the Bold podcast and the Uzuri Coastal Apartment here in the coast. Asante, let's go. Yes, so when you come, this is the house. This is the beautiful sitting room, or rather the living room. This is your dining. So, you know, like in these rooms, when you come, you're supposed to be able to prepare your food, or even without that, you can still get someone a cook to serve you. And this will be your dining. Then, so on this other end is the kitchen. So the kitchen is very big. This is where you cook. So, and it's very comfortable because when you cook, the smoke that is coming is being absorbed by this. Then this is where you can keep your stuff. This is a microwave, and even you also have a fridge on this other end. So it's a very comfortable place. So before even I show you the other side of the living room, here is a door where you can, you know, when you are here and you want to freshen up, you can just come out here. You can do your laundry around this place. It's a very serene space, guys. You can do your laundry here. You can also just rest and just around the balcony, as you have a very good view of the place. And by the way, as your cameraman is showing you, you see the place is quite an amazing space, and you can take a very good view. So even standing here or being around this place is quite a very interesting scenery. So this is what is it? So let's go back inside so that we give you the other bit of it. Yes. So this is your sofa sets. This is where you can relax. So you make yourself comfortable here. If you can look at it, these are the chair, and then the TV set. So it's a place you can. I promise you, this is a place that you really loved. I've been here for the last a few. I think I spent my night here, and it's quite amazing. It's quite an amazing place. So I want to show you the other spaces, but this is literally what that living room looks like. You really love it. So let's go. Now, the other place I want you to see, this is the dispenser. Yeah, this is the dispenser, and they have Wi-Fi. So you should not even worry about your internet, and I've used it. It's quite very fast. So you can be able to run your errands if you want to work online, you want to just keep up, and you also want to watch the Bold podcast, you'll be able to get that. So on this end is now double bed. This looks amazingly beautiful. I'm telling you, this is good. You know, this is a place that sometimes kwa maisha pia unajitibu. You just pia unazoea hii, you get used to this one. It's quite good space. And then I've realized by the guys, the coast is a bit hot. I don't know, hot or relatively hot. And when you get into this spaces, it's quite good. This is the double bed. So if you're a couple, you can organize yourself here. Now this is where you can keep your stuff. See, it's your wardrobe. It's amazing. It's amazing. It's open. Then here, the ventilation is there. And you see the fan, so you can organize yourself. And then it will on. With that, you can get your fresh air and you will be amazing. So this is our workshop, and this is another hospitality space that's quite an amazing. You will literally love it. You can organize yourself, find out well, and yes, these are the places that you should really come to visit. Then I want to show you the other end. There is something I need to show you in this room. Now, there is something interesting, but let me tell you, as you can see, hapa, this is some transparent. This is a bit transparent kio. And if you can just open, if you want to get out, because